Podcast
Podcast.
2020.
Podcast.
Don't cough on your mom.
Podcast.
Don't cough on your mom.
This is podcast.
Do you think we could do a podcast every day like Alex Jones?
A podcast.
Alex Jones goes every day.
Podcast.
Eli, would you?
Does it sound good to you?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Sounds good. All right.
What made you call this podcast today? What would you want to talk about?
I just want to keep doing it every week.
I know we got to keep it moving.
If I don't do it, I get rusty.
I know.
It's just consistency.
It is, and we got a lot to talk about. Did you watch the RNC?
Yeah.
Did you watch the DNC?
Yeah.
RNC was way better, wasn't it? And I'm not a Republican.
No.
You don't think so?
I wanted to vomit when I was watching them.
This is the only how about this? I can tell you, how about this? This is my view. The RNC, the production was 100 times better on the RNC, but they look like incest inbreds.
It's just a Trump family reunion.
Yeah. Don't you think Republicans kind of look like they were inbreded a little bit?
Testing.
Did you think their faces kind of looked a little like, what do you call that? I don't want to say Neanderthal because I'm not talking about science here. I'm just talking about like, it looked like they were inbred.
Yeah.
They had certain features that were kind of like too Dick Tracy, if you know what I'm saying. And then some of their accents were so strong that I was wondering, how do you keep an accent that strong without isolating yourself away from diversity?
Here's why they're going to lose this year.
The Republicans?
Yeah.
Really? You gotta hear this.
So, there's a pendulum, right? It goes left to right. When Obama was there, it went really left. People got sick of it. Then Trump got in, it went too right. It just keeps going. People get sick of them. When they get too sick of that one, they go there.
But they usually get 2 terms.
Yeah, but he's fucking up big time right now.
Did people really hate Obama that much?
No, because he got 2 terms.
He was the first president I didn't know. I didn't care, or I didn't know what he was doing. I didn't care.
They didn't like him by the end.
What was your favorite thing about the Obama campaign?
I thought he's a good, if a tragedy happens, he's a good talker. He's a measured speaker.
See, my son was born in 08. That's when he was elected. Correct? And then he had 4 years, right?
Yeah.
I had no idea he was president. I was just raising my kids. I had no idea.
So that's good, right?
Yeah, I can't tell you. I didn't have my finger on the nation, but now that I do, God, people are not worth a dime.
I don't understand.
Their thoughts, their opinions, their dreams and aspirations.
They're not worth a dime.
They're loud, but they're shallow. They have ask anybody what their dreams are. What do you think the majority of people's dreams are?
The fact of the matter is,
Yeah.
You're best off as a person struggling. You want to struggle every day.
But when does you start getting that pizza diarrhea, or like you get a kink in your neck, or
no, you want
you can't see.
You want that.
All your really you want you want to feel your body fall apart because you're working so damn hard.
You want a problem to distract you from the nothingness. Because if you have no problems, then you'll start to self-destruct and create problems.
You're a working class man.
Huh?
That sounds like something an old immigrant from the old world would say.
No, it's
You
true.
know what I mean? You know, get a job, get a wife, have a kid. You know what I mean? And all your little problems will be solved.
Yes.
That's America, man. So you're against the Democrats. You're so Republican with that statement, though.
So what do the Democrats want?
The Democrats want like piercings, double penetration, but it's okay. A little pedophilia, a little just playing with little kids.
Ping pong pizza?
Yeah, like 7-year-old girls twerking. I mean, you know what they want? They want absolute. They want the absolute mistake, and in 10 years they're gonna come back with all these STDs, all this psychological trauma, and guess who they're gonna ask for help?
Who?
They ain't gonna ask Democrats because they all fucked up. They all took the Kool-Aid. They all drank. They all took all the drugs. They took all the sex. 10 years later, they have no God. They have like weird trauma. They ask for the Republicans to say, help me out, Dad.
And they say,
Tell me how to work. Tell me how to keep my mind straight.
they say we trade in God for veganism.
Yeah, veganism and fucking bisexuality.
And what do you call Wiccans? Wiccanism? Wiccans? Do you remember that? Wiccans? The witches?
Yeah, Yeah, I know. Sean, belly dancers. They're a branch of belly dancing, aren't they?
They were the first vegans, really. Wiccan.
Eli, I have no problem with anybody's kink. You can do whatever you want. I'm a true liberal. I really am. I don't really care. I'm even I would even support you if you don't tell me. Like the best part about being wild and not Republican and not conservative, and not like your parents, is that you keep secrets from them.
Well, look at this guy.
You lead a secret life.
Look at this guy, Jerry Falwell Jr.
Yeah, what happened to him?
Did you follow him?
No.
Okay, get ready for this. Strap into your rocker, X-Rocker.
Okay.
So this guy, he's Jerry Falwell's son, and he runs a Christian university.
Where?
I don't know. It's called Liberty University.
Okay.
So there's a picture that came out with him, and he was standing next to this girl, and they were like rubbing their bellies.
Uh-huh.
And he was sort of in his underwear, and he had to resign because of that. Meanwhile, flash forward to today, a few months later, it turns out his wife was was fucking the pool boy, and he said it was okay, and he was watching them. And he's this big Christian guy.
How did that happen? They filmed it?
Yeah.
Who was filming it?
They released the tapes.
Who filmed it?
No, there's like a phone call.
You mean they recorded the audio?
Yeah.
So the audio was like, yeah, wife,
no,
fuck the
not
pool boy.
not the act, but they were talking about it. Like, hey, are you jealous of me?
Yeah, when I fucked the pool boy.
No, I'm not jealous.
Can you fuck the pool boy in front?
Yeah, pretty much.
So he was ashamed of that?
Not necessarily. He didn't put that out there. Someone else did. But he's supposed to be Jared Falwell's son. Falwell? What was my point of that? I don't know.
I think it's sad. I think
The apple fell from the tree. Is that how that
how
goes?
does Trump not have any kinky videos?
He pays them off before they come out.
I don't even think you can. I just don't understand how payoffs work.
Doesn't Jeffrey Epstein have one?
Yeah, they all do, right?
Where's all these videos that Jeffrey Epstein has? Why didn't they come out yet? Huh?
I think it's all bullshit. I'm really disappointed with people's morals. I don't know why people stick their nose in other people's business. Did you have a problem with this island? I mean, you didn't know about it.
No.
It didn't affect you, right?
Huh?
Did it ever affect you?
After.
After it did, because it became a whole like, it became like a series, a TV series.
It was on Netflix.
It was on Netflix.
What have you been watching on Netflix?
There is nothing good right now.
I've been watching a good show.
What?
It's about these Australian truckers. And they all have like different hauls, and it just cuts between all them. Every haul, like there's some like awful thing that happens to them.
What's a haul?
Like
Oh, when they're hauling.
they're like driving.
And like what happens? They jackknife or fucking a deer gets in the way. How many scenarios can you possibly
They get stuck in the mud.
Yeah, that's a classic. They lock the keys out.
There's
they lock the keys inside the car or something.
One's like an old guy and like he can barely move and his back hurts and he's on this like bumpy road.
Oh, like is he the driver?
Yeah.
And he has like scoliosis or whatever it's called. That sounds pretty good. Every bump, he's like, oh god damn.
Like, I'm not a young man anymore.
Can't even stick like. If you know when you talk about truck drivers, you know it comes up first. You know, image comes up first.
What?
Sylvester Stallone Over the Top when he had that fucking
the arm wrestling.
The arm wrestling movie. That's the baddest movie ever, dude.
I know. I was watching it the other day.
He turns a hat backwards. You remember?
I think it was a bomb.
A bomb.
It was a box office bomb.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I love that movie ever since I was a child. I never talk shit about that movie.
Really?
Yeah, I've always thought that when he drove that truck through the mansion. You know what else it was? It was a good communist film. It was a good working class communist film. Fuck the rich, kill the rich. You remember the rich, the government, the deep state tries to steal his kid? You don't remember come on, you just watched it, you said.
I watched like the first 5 minutes.
Don't you remember he was a military, his son just graduated from military school?
No.
And then he went to go pick him up, but he was ashamed because he's a truck driver. And then who picks him up was his dead wife's dad. His father-in-law, who's a rich fucker. Damn, man. I'm not watching anything. I'll tell you what though, Disney movies, satanic, bro.
You know what was good that I just watched? Wall-E.
Yeah, that one's classic. That one totally makes sense. Doesn't it make sense right now?
Yeah.
I was telling my son. I was like, you know what the problem with the world is? And he's like, what? I go, everything has a different shape to it, right? And because everything has a different shape, it takes up space that, you know, like there's empty space around the things that fit. So, you know, like when you look at a city that has a bunch of small apartment complexes and they cram them all together.
Yeah.
What they're trying to do is they're trying to unify shape so they can fill more empty space.
Like San Francisco?
Like San Francisco or more like Hong Kong or Tokyo.
Oh.
You know, more vertical cities. And then I was also thinking like, you know what I don't like about, you know, like everybody has shit. Like wires, trinkets, you know, everybody got shit of something. Like your buddy collects cars. The thing is with the cars, they're all different shapes. You can't really, and they're heavy. You can't stack them together. So a freight has a perfect shape to it. Freights have standard shapes, dude. And that's why when they get on the ship and they ship them around, they get more load per miles. Do you get what I'm talking about here? So he's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I'm just telling you, like, things need to be a unified shape, and then you can put everything you want in them. He's like, you're talking about Wall-E. Remember what Wall-E's main purpose was?
Cleaning?
No. Takes things with different shapes. He makes them into boxes.
Well,
You remember he squares things out.
Well, funny you said that. Because in that trucking show, there's a guy.
Yeah.
He has a car crusher. He just goes to different places where people just left cars and he crushes them.
That sounds like a cool job.
And then he sells the scrap.
See? And so
He's Wally.
how many car crushes can he carry per load? I mean, I would like to
40.
see how they melt. I would like to see, like, when you take a smashed car with all its metal and some plastic, and you throw it through that smelter, and then it probably the plastic burns off, or I don't know. I'm sure the plastic burns off, obviously. You get what I'm saying? But the metal stays.
Yeah.
Because it's an element. And then when it comes through, as it melts, like, how much actual ore do you have? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you have, like, maybe, I don't know, you know, like gold bars and shit?
Yeah.
Like, maybe you have 5 gold bars of aluminum car?
That's a good question.
Is your buddy into that? How come you don't work for your landlord?
My dad does that.
Your dad smelts cars?
No, or he used to.
Smelt cars?
Gold bars.
Oh, gold bars? No shit?
He has one of those.
Does your dad have any blood diamonds?
Yeah.
Does he? Dude, you know what I'm investing in? What do you think you should invest in now that the apocalypse is happening? Like, how are you doing? Or do you usually use cash when you buy shit?
Cards.
Cars?
Card.
You use a card a lot?
Yeah, all the time.
So you don't have to worry about change. You always use your card.
Only in my heart.
You never use cash, huh?
No, barely.
So you're not even noticing what's going on right now?
No.
No one has change.
Well, I bought some cigarettes for one of my coworkers, and I was just like, keep the change. That's okay. They don't have change.
Yeah.
I never use cash, though.
You know what I told them?
What?
I said, then just give me a deal.
What did they say?
And they're like, why?
We don't do that in America.
No, I said, you just asked me to give you a deal. Like, what are you talking about? I was like, you just asked me to give you 80 cents because you don't have change.
You create a scene,
Yeah. I told him, that's what I told him at Wendy's.
but that's not his fault.
Yes, he asked for my 80 cents. I said, why don't you give me a deal now?
But he can't do that.
So I can. I can give him more money.
Yeah.
What if I asked him, hey, if you're gonna play like that, then give me 80 cents worth of fries? Oh, I can't do that. I was like, then you're not running a business here. You said you accept cash. Then I'm just gonna go back there and Black Lives Matter this whole fucking place. I'm just gonna smash it all to bits. I'm gonna protest. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what I demand. That's the justice I demand. So you don't agree with that?
He can't do anything.
I know he's just a worker.
The manager can.
He can quit. He can get $600. It's more than I make a week. Why is everybody acting like it's so tragic? I don't understand why people are protesting. Dude, you getting
That's more than I make.
Dude, why don't you quit?
That's more than I make. $600 a week.
Dude, I tell you what, there's some weeks where I know, you know what pisses me off? I can't even do art right now. Because the amount I'm doing these commissions for and the amount of time I spend on them. If I only make like $400 a week, I just know someone didn't work and got $600.
That's how I am too.
How inspiring is that?
That's about what I make a week.
So this is what I'm thinking. The people that are causing all the violence right now are hardworking Americans still having their job, making less than unemployment, and so they're just so frustrated and pissed off. They just want to like burn down the world.
Why didn't anyone protest in Phoenix?
Fucking too hot, dude.
They're slacking.
They all have. They're so hot. It's so hot.
They've started so strong, and then they just did it for about a week and stopped.
Yeah, they're fucking posers.
And when I was at that protest, I overheard someone go, how long are you gonna do this for? And then she goes, 2 months. It was barely 2 weeks.
Let me tell you something about them protesters. This is what they do. They like to get locked up so they can post it on Instagram. I've seen all these chumps. I've seen them all, dude. And
they're just doing it for likes.
And then if they're really hardcore, they flash their gun. They flash a gun, and then that's about it. And then if they're stupid enough, they kill somebody. It doesn't get on the news. I'm definitely not going to get on the news if I get killed. I know that. I know that right now. Right now, my death will not get on the news.
On the New Times?
It's not in right now. I just want to stay alive. I'm waiting for when I'm the victim.
You'll be on the New Times at least.
Yeah. They'll be like, Abe Zuka, the guy has said absolutely obnoxious pseudo-racist things all day long.
The guy who insulted Nipsey Russell.
Check out all his podcasts. If you want to know, like, if you don't think he deserved to die, like, he was provoking every episode.
Just make a long supercut of every offensive thing he ever said in the podcast.
I don't think I've ever said anything offensive ever. Tell me one thing you think I said is offensive.
You said the F word in the last episode.
Oh, like just saying fuck?
No, the other one.
Fag?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I was doing a character about someone who hates a dork.
You can't say that.
Whatever. Bobby Castaneda tried to tell me today that so my buddy who's not a racist, right? He always has Pepe the Frog. You know Pepe the Frog?
He does art of him?
He has his cover of it with wearing underwear. He likes it. He makes jokes of it. He does funny things with that frog. Because everybody's so like, oh, that's white power frog, or that's a hate speech frog, right? So he posted that, and then Bobby Castaneda commented, and he said, don't you know what that is? That's a hate speech frog. I said, oh, it's a hate speech frog. What do I do? Should I call the cops? And he's like, haha, very funny. Just to let you know, that guy is an idiot who posted that, and he's a dangerous mind. I'm like, dangerous mind like Malcolm X or Karl Marx? And then he got angrier. And I'm like wondering, like, who's hate speech in here? Who is the king of hate speech, dude? Am I the king of hate speech? Or is Bobby Castaneda the king of hate speech? I've never hated anybody on this planet. I've just tried to liberate them, dude. I've never tried to shoot them down. I've only liberated people, dude. Through my own humility and failure, dude. I hope you can stand on my shoulders while you kick me in the face. Am I angry this episode?
Yeah.
How much of this do you need to smoke to where you're not angry anymore? They got a homeless camp across the street. Did you see by the Circle K?
No.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
They don't even get tents, dude. They just sleep on the floor.
So this is becoming like LA?
They used to homeless camp right around my backyard without my permission. But I could turn it in like, I should have done something cool, like took a photo of them, like, guys, I offered my backyard to a bunch of homeless people. Guys, I offered my backyard to a bunch of homeless people because I think everybody, no matter how antisocial they are, no matter how much they want to attack you out of delirium, no matter how delusional and brain fried their brains may be through intoxication and trauma, no matter that, I still think they're a human being. Even if they try to bite me, even if they try to claw at me or cuss at me and say they're going to kill my kids, or even when they yell at the sky and tell me there's pedophiles everywhere. And everything I'm telling you right now is what I've dealt with homeless people. So when I'm saying this right now, do you think I'm anti-homeless people? Because they've tried to bite me and claw me?
Yes.
They tried to tell me that they're going to kill me?
Yes.
You think I'm anti-homeless people because I'm just telling you about my experience?
Yeah.
See, that's the problem with America right there.
Well, there's a guy, right? And he used to be a well-respected guy.
Homeless guy?
Yeah. He used to be a well-respected guy in the community, right?
You're talking about me?
No.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
And then he knocks on our door, and he goes, "Can I store my stuff in that storage shed?" So my landlord's like, "Yeah, go ahead." He doesn't leave for a week. He starts sleeping in the backyard. He sets up a kitchen in the backyard.
Kitchen.
Like he has like coffee and spices on like a shelf.
You talking about Jonas?
No. I'm not gonna name him, but
So he just tried to survive in your backyard.
yeah.
So,
But he became a tweaker.
So he's just. I don't see any problem with
It's
that.
very sad to see someone you respected once who's a tweaker now.
Couldn't you just?
Do you know anyone like that? Someone everyone looked up to, and then they became a tweaker 10 years later?
I don't hate them. I just stay away from them.
But what happens if he goes to your house?
But bro, I'm
And then you're
busy.
like, oh yeah, we were cool, and you were a good guy, so yeah, I'm going to try to help you
Well,
out.
if I didn't have kids, and it was just me single in my own house, and he came to my door, I'd probably do tweak with him one night, realize like, then I'd do tweak with him for about a month, and then I'd realize like someone's yelling at me. Someone I know is telling me, what's going on? Nothing. I'm just hanging out watching Game of Thrones and the Office reruns with my buddy here. You guys look like you haven't gotten any sleep. Yeah, no, we're just hanging out. I mean, everything's good. I'm paying rent. A job hasn't fired me yet. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, you get in a fight with a tweaker because obviously if I have a job and he doesn't have a job, and I'm the one buying the tweak, guess who?
And then your stuff goes missing when
And
you
then
leave?
he's smoking my meth, and I'm paying for the meth. You can see how it works, right?
Yeah.
So the relationship is just like a marriage. When you're with a tweaker, it's just like marriage. You guys have to share. You know, everybody has to pull their weight. So, but this is the key to being a tweaker lover. Like, you know, if you want to get married forever and tweak them, you both have to be homeless. You both have to have zero possessions. You both have to be down for anything.
And live across the street?
Yeah, you got to be sexually liberated too. You also have to lose all your teeth. Both of you have to have no teeth.
So, this guy, he would sit on the porch, and he'd be talking to himself. And the closer you got, he'd be like, and then I punched him in the face, right, Eli, right, and he'd be talking to you. You're like, and then you're like, okay, bye. But then he'd just keep having the conversation outside with no one. Like, it didn't even matter if you were there or not. He's gonna have that conversation.
Do you think I do that during the podcast? Do you think I do shit like that during the podcast?
So if I leave right now, you
No, I mean you do leave like mentally. You just like, and you just like tap back in. And you're like, oh, is he still talking to himself?
not necessarily like that, but I'm listening.
I'm not saying the coronavirus is a hoax, but like I'm thinking it was real at one time, and by this point, it's kind of a hoax. What do you think? We'll meet halfway. Are you willing to meet halfway?
I think we have to keep saying it's real because there's a lot of idiots out there who'll just like do a full-blown rave if they think it's okay to. You see what I'm saying? Like, you remember when we reopened the first time and he was like, it's okay, we're just do what you do, but don't they didn't put restrictions on anyone, right? But he's like, don't go full blast. And then there were bars like in Scottsdale and Tempe that just went full blast.
So that's what caused the increase?
Yeah. Right? You disagree?
So did the protest cause the spike too?
Yeah. It all did. That's why they stopped protesting.
I want to see more. You know, every time I always see this, I always see like some leftist person say defund the police, Black Lives Matter. I see that, right? And then I see some fucking honky tonk cracker over here going, America, you don't know about this place. This is my home, man. My home. I grew up here. Then you people came around and started putting up, like, no, dude. Look around. How come no one... This is the only thing that's upsetting me about 2020. And I think you agree with me. You ready for this one? I'm going to drop this on you. And I know you're going to agree. Everybody's talking about this disease. Everybody's talking about this race. Everybody's talking about this police. This police killed so-and-so. So-and-so killed so-and-so, right? That's all they're talking about. You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about these fucking ugly condos, man. Like, how come no one's talking about this gentrification?
They were.
I want to talk about it right now because that's what we're all fighting for. That's what everybody's pissed off about. They can't stand their neighborhoods. They can't stand the price of their real estate. I mean, I want to rough a president right now. I want to tell everybody, listen, all this bullshit you're fucking blabbering about, you fucking morons. You seen Idiocracy? You guys are all idiots out there. Every single one of you are a bunch of Walmart shopping dummies, all right? And what we got to figure out is we got to figure out these rich people feeding us all this shallow bullshit and get rid of those fucking condos, bro. No?
Yeah.
How many thumbs down do you think I'm going to get on this episode?
Well, the police, they're actually protecting the rich people.
No, they're just...
You see what I'm saying?
The police are protecting
They're
people.
owned by the rich people. They're the barrier between us and the rich people.
I disagree.
If you really want to go after the rich people. If you really want to make a difference.
I don't even think they're rich. They ain't rich people. They're talking... The police protect people that first off carry their driver's license and their proof of insurance and their title in their glove box, okay? I mean, not your driver's license, but, you have proof. When you get pulled over,
That's your defense against the police. Have those things ready.
And if you keep your car fucking clean, first off, cops will beat your ass if your car's dirty.
Don't have any cracks in your windshield.
Don't have any cracks in your windshield and have all your lights working. How hard is that to ask? Is that racist that a cop judges you on how fucking filthy you live your life? And then this is the sad part. This is where the really systemic racism is. It has nothing to do with black people. It has to do with rich black people. Cops hate rich black people. Ask any hip-hop star driving around in a Mercedes-Benz if they're black. You know what cops do?
I heard about that.
They hate that. They hate that shit.
Like who?
Fucking Biggie Smalls, bro.
2 Chainz?
Tupac. 2 Chainz. All of them. Look what they did to fucking, what's that guy they locked up in Sweden?
Hey, have you heard the good news?
Jesus is coming. Did I get it right?
You do it?
Yeah, dude, you already told me that one.
No, he is risen. Damn it.
He's risen?
He has risen. Is that offensive?
No.
Once I said that joke at the Lost Leaf and some guy was like, don't joke about that. You can joke about anything.
Don't joke about Jesus?
Don't say that.
Was he the tweaker? Was he a tweaker?
No, he was like a guy from that Davina club.
No shit. See, like, let's say, for example, that tweaker came to your door and started talking like Jesus shit, and you brought him in, you smoked tweak together, read the Bible.
You want to see Jesus? Smoke this.
Yeah, you ever done that with a tweaker? You just tweak out and just read Bible verses together?
No.
Yeah, dude, that's like one of the main occupations of tweakers.
Have you done that?
No, I never done tweak.
So tweakers at Cass, when I worked there,
Yeah.
they would tell me how I had to find Jesus.
Yeah.
But I never had to go to rehab.
Dude, what you do is you get a pipe full of that fucking mess, you just fry that crack, you just fry all that fucking, there's those corn pops in there, you just fry all that fucking salt, you just fry the fuck out of it, and you just take a big old bang of that fucking smoke, dude, that big old tweak smoke, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you just want to start reading Bible verses. And you both are reading the Bible together.
It's a drug too, the Bible.
It gets you to Jesus like that much quicker.
The Bible's a drug.
Tweak and the Bible together.
Some people get addicted to the Bible, you know?
My son always wonders about it. I'm like, dude, it's like the worst book ever written, dude. It won't keep your attention for a second.
Do you let him read it?
Yeah, I open it up and I read a page out. I'm like, what the fuck? Who writes like that?
It just goes like this. Jerry begot Fred.
Yeah,
Fred begot
yeah,
Susan.
yeah.
Susan, there was a flood,
Yeah.
and God said for the animals too. And then Mary begot Timothy.
How delusional is that? Like, to know that you read that and all of a sudden you like, oh, you feel Jesus.
Well, have you heard the Agunafi? The Agunafi?
No, it's that.
I mean the Anunnaku.
That's like a Sumerian.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Gilgamesh?
There are these giants, right?
Okay.
Before we lived. And they were ancient. That was the ancient world, and then they died. And then they became mountains. And forests.
Is this in the Bible?
No, this isn't our Bible. This goes before that.
Is it Zoroastrianism?
Yeah. The Bible sort of references some of that, but doesn't really go in depth.
It's old cosmology story. It's like Native American.
They say there were these giants
cosmology.
who just walked around. I want to know more about it. I mean, I need to learn more about it, but
all that old shit.
it's called the Anunnaki.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
I couldn't give you a deep dive of it, but that's the gist of it.
What you'll find out is in all those old stories, pre-Bible, right? When all the cosmologies across the world, from every African tribe to every Chinese, every race, Eli, every race had traditional symbiology. You said giants. You said rocks. They turned into rocks. They're all the same. They had such. It was like you know when you first played Super Mario Brothers, how limited the game was. You jump on steps. You hit your head on bricks. Do you get what I'm saying? You climb up a pole. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the world it was. So when you get before the Bible and you talk about this Aganaki, you get what I'm saying? Or any of the Egyptian mythology, they're gonna talk about the same nonsense, dude.
Well,
It came from the sky. No, it came from the woods.
The
It came from
stories, they
underground.
got ironed out and they just get adapted.
Yeah, but nothing.
Because people know what people respond to, like a virgin birth.
Yeah.
It's
Typical.
been through a lot of different phases. They got all the points right before it got to the Jesus virgin birth.
I personally like the
creation story.
No, I like the hallucinations of when Zeus would create somebody through his forehead. You ever heard those ones?
Through Ovid metamorphosis.
Yeah, just smashing shit. He would take body parts, put them in a hole.
You know the creation story though. It's the same in every Bible. It's the same.
Yeah. Darkness and then there's light.
Yeah.
Is that how it starts?
And then you separate the darkness and light, and then you create the world, and then you create the seasons and the earth and the land and water. It has in every single significant religion.
Why does the human being want to know? Why does the human being want to know that? Like, why does it want to know where it came from? I mean, obviously because it's who you are, but I mean, if you were to just let go of all your ego and you ask yourself that question, like, why do I even care where I came from? It has no, I'm here already. Do I need to, isn't all experience a lie? I mean, in this present moment, I have to either make up something that happened or actually pretend or actually know that I know something happened that I experienced.
It's because of moments.
Yeah, moments. But what I'm trying to say is, I talked about smoking with a tweaker and reading the Bible, right?
Yeah.
I never have. But in my imagination, I imagined myself smoking with a tweaker. So why do I need to have evidence to prove myself?
Authenticity.
It's all bullshit. There is no such thing.
Authenticity.
They just need to say. You mean they just need to say it like it's authentic?
Like a certificate.
They have no proof. Like a girl. Everything I said. I have no proof for it. I have no proof. I smoked with a tweaker. I have no proof I didn't smoke weed.
Because if you walk in a room, people want to know they can trust you.
So what is that built on? Just bullshit you tell them? Like a salesperson?
They want to know everything you say is true.
You don't expect that out of a comic.
What about likability?
You like humorous? You mean being humorous and now?
No, like you could say whatever's bullshit, but if people like you, they'll believe it. But if you're a piece of shit, you could be honest and they still could hate you.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think some qualities of likability are?
You got to be polished when you walk into a room.
You mean like
Physical appearance.
just clean clothes?
Get the haircut, get the
Good
clothes,
haircut.
stay thin.
Don't try too hard. Just try enough.
Look like you give a fuck. Look like you give a fuck about yourself.
Some people try too hard and they're just as bad as if they didn't give a fuck. What do you think? There's any people that try too fucking hard, like they take way too good care of themselves.
Isn't that Scottsdale?
Isn't that kind of like 180? Like you might as well have not done anything.
It actually depends what world you're in. Not world, but what where are you?
Where? What do you mean? Where am I?
No, like
Dude, bro, check out this.
not you, but
Where am I, like metaphorically?
no, like if you dress nice or you dress like a slob, like
They want-
where are
yeah,
you operating?
They need some sort of.
It depends on your sphere.
They need symbols
It
to
doesn't.
gauge a story about you.
Sometimes it will hurt you if you dress nice. Sometimes it'll help you. It depends on where you are and what you're trying to do.
That's true. I agree with all that. Dude, check out this Soros money, bro. Dude, this is so awesome. Look at, they even printed that.
What did he say to you? Why did he give you that money?
Soros? He told me, man, just keep doing my art.
Show the camera.
He said keep posting on Facebook. He said keep posting on Facebook, he said. That's all Soros told me. Soros said keep doing your podcast, keep posting on Facebook.
How many paintings did you have to sell to him?
He didn't sell any. He just wants me to do the internet. He just wants me to do internet stuff.
Did you have to do his air?
No, I don't know him that well. I mean, I'm serious. He just kind of I got an email from him. He told me to go to this account. I withdrew all this money.
From the Clinton Foundation?
Yeah. Say something about politics. My son crinkled that one perfectly. Look how good that one looks. He said, "You put that on the ground?
Oh yeah.
A guy will run in front of a car for that."
That's 3 days of working.
Can you imagine just tricking people, watching people die for it?
That's 2 days of working.
So what do you think? Do you think investing in fake money is worth it?
I think you should just throw it at that homeless camp.
I'm honestly thinking about dropping like a lot of money on fake money.
Isn't that what Bitcoin is?
I'm thinking about converting, if I take $8, I take $8 of real money, I can convert it into $5,000 of fake money. Don't you think that's a deal?
I think, yeah.
I mean, I have $5,000. I mean, I actually have $10,000 here.
And then buy Bitcoin with the fake money.
So what? Do you know anything about the law of fake money? I mean, I bought this off Amazon. I didn't make it myself.
Here's what you should do. Do a video like exposing that you could buy fake money on Amazon, but put like real like heavy music behind it.
Be like, you see this $100 bill? I mean, this was only $20 worth, right?
And say Amazon.
This was only $20 worth.
Oh, and then
take a $100 bill. See this? I turn this into this.
And then
I'll show you how.
You know what you should do for the thumbnail?
What?
Just have the money laying on you and take a picture of it. how I turned $3 into all this money.
No, I'll say how I turned $20 into all this money. join my webinar, right?
You would get
when they get to my webinar, I just pretty much do a silent film where I go on Amazon, I put search engine fake money, and then I go and click on it, $8.
And then you could be the next Ty Lopez.
Dude, Ty Lopez, like, regardless of coronavirus, I love those entrepreneurial dudes. Those fake ass rich people. They're like, don't let Corona stop your grind.
I've been watching him since Corona hit.
You have?
I have not.
Oh, you haven't? Ty Lopez got some new one. He's like, I know you probably think it's stupid why I bought Pier 21 imports.
I'm here in my garage. Look at all my books. Yeah, I got a Ferrari, but look at all my books. He's easy to troll. I trolled him once so hard, he responded to me on the internet during his live feed.
Yeah, what did he say? You're negative. You're a loser.
I said he had this set up, and then I go, "This is so unprofessional." And then he goes, "Eli, I'm taking time out of my own life
to make you rich."
Yeah, he got triggered big time.
I really think if you have Eli, you should try doing this. Just buy a bunch of fake money and just throw it around your house.
So then tweakers will come in.
No, I swear to God, you'll come home. This is no joke. I'm being dead serious. And whoever's watching this far in, I'm dropping like some real cool stuff.
I'm dropping some knowledge.
Dropping some knowledge right here. What I'm trying to say is when you have fake money that looks like real money laying all over your house, you'll start thinking the real money you have is fake too. And the truth of that is, it is fake.
Yeah.
It means nothing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if you took some shrooms right now,
it
and
represents hours of my time.
If you took shrooms right now and I told you, this is a fake 50, but it's no different than a real 50. It's paper, has some image on it. But how come this, in your reality state, you don't care about it? It's just paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, even that fake money you have laying around your house, guess what you're going to do? You might just pick it up one day when you come home from work. Clean it up, dude. Take care of that fake money.
I bet you could spend that money and people would use it.
You think so? You think that 50, like, really, you think that 50 would pass?
Yeah.
Dude, did you see these 100? Look at this 100 mic.
You could buy a Salsitos burrito. You could buy a few Salsitos burritos with that.
Give me that back. Check this out. Hold that one. Here you go. There's $100 for you. You can keep it. Did it work?
Yeah.
Did you feel like you got 100?
Yeah.
Fake money's so fucking cool, bro.
Yeah, you could.
I could probably get in trouble, right?
What happens if you went to a bar and it was like the Whale Sex Club? If you went in there and like there wasn't any lights and
yeah,
like, I want to buy drinks for everyone here. Here you go.
Or I act like a big baller. I have some real money on me. But once I win that guy over, the bartender, and I go, hey man, take a, I'll give him like a $20 tip.
Drinks for the house.
I'll give him a $20 tip, right? Right? And say he's a young guy. Say he's like a 21-year-old, just got hired as a bartender, right? He's totally meek, right? I give him that $20 tip because I know he's green, right? And I start talking about like, yeah, man, I have a couple businesses, some real estate. So he thinks I'm a millionaire, right? He thinks I'm rich. And then he gives me one more drink, and I was like, hey man, you got change for 100? And he's like, oh yeah, dude, totally, bro. Because I gave him a $20 tip prior. You know what I mean? I'm drinking there.
And you're wearing a suit.
And I'm wearing a suit. But no, I just pretty much win the guy over because I gave him an obscene tip.
Yeah.
So then when he takes that and he puts that in this fucking drawer, he's going to look at it. He's like, oh, that looks real. I mean, look at it, dude. It looks real. And then he puts it in his drawer. He gives me the change. Right? Of real money. I mean, do you think they could come for me?
Yeah, they will.
What?
If you do that?
If I left it at places?
No. No, because they did before.
Like, I'm just gonna leave it on the ground.
Scientology did it.
Yeah, I know.
But then other people will try to spend it.
I'm gonna have a big stamp on there that says Abe Zuka counterfeit money.
You're good then.
Right? Yeah. Haven't bluffed, dude. If anything, I'll go get a fucking New Times article written out.
Go to Arpaio's tent city.
Do my podcast out of Arpaio's tent city.
You know what? I was watching a documentary from him from 1999.
Yeah.
It was some good stuff.
What was it about?
His marketing tactics.
How come he lost this year's election then? Did fucking Arizona go blue or what?
He's always a tough guy, you know. He's like, and if those criminals think they can walk all over me, I'm gonna make them wear pink underpants. He has like a showmanship to him.
He's like Donald Trump. Well, not really.
He'll always talk to the news people.
He isn't entertaining though. He's just decrepit and evil looking.
Well, earlier he was sort of entertaining.
When he was younger?
Yeah, when he was like 60.
Well, then if you think about it, maybe Joe Arpaio has more fucking credibility
He's
than
like,
Trump.
I don't make any money at this job. Why would I be here? Sometimes I ask myself that every day.
That's the same thing Trump says, dude.
Yeah.
Trump says the same thing.
He lives in Fountain Hills. I guess before he was the sheriff, he was like, in the 80s, he was like trying to book people to go to outer space.
Really?
He was like Elon Musk.
Oh, you're trying to get people a spaceship?
That was like right before he was
He sold one to John Denver. John Denver paid for a space shuttle.
Did he? I didn't know.
I don't think it ever happened though, because he crashed his plane.
So he had an interesting story, Arpaio.
Uh-huh.
His parents were Italian immigrants and they moved here.
Arpaio's Italian?
Yeah. And then he
Never thought of that.
and then he his mom was in birth with him and they said, if you have your baby, you're gonna die. So she had Arpaio and she died. So then he like joined the army. And then he became like he was a police officer in Las Vegas and he arrested Elvis. Because he was speeding.
Arpaio arrested Elvis?
Yeah.
Oh, that's tight.
And then he like somehow he like joined the DA and he just he joined the DEA. He just rose all the ranks and he was like in Greece and Italy and Mexico.
He did undercover shit?
Yeah, he was just a drug enforcement guy. Real sharp looking, real hip.
What kind of gat do you think he carried? Like a little revolver, like cowboy gun? Didn't he always carry a cowboy gun? Sheriff Joe Arpaio would never carry a Glock.
Yeah. He was like a spy gun in the 70s, I guess.
Yeah, like the old Bond guns, like a long barrel. Like
he was like that must have been a fun job in the 70s to be a drug enforcement agent. Busting Pablo Escobar. No, he was the 80s.
At what moment do you come into a spot and you're like, and you pull out your gun and you keep it right here, or you keep it right here, like, you know, Seagal styles like this. Seagal styles.
Pop, 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 pop.
But then,
pop, pop,
but
pop,
then,
pop,
like, but
pop.
then, like, Bond is down here. Where do you think?
What about Kevin Costner?
He don't shoot guns, does he?
In Dances with Wolves?
He shot a gun?
A rifle.
A rifle.
He's probably the worst actor who's the lead man ever. I don't know how he took off.
Costner?
Worst actor ever, but he just lucked his way into those movies.
I disagree. He was amazing in Bodyguard. They were both fucking amazing. When was the last time you saw Bodyguard?
Never.
Dude, watch it. Seriously, watch it.
And
You don't have that on VHS? What the fuck? Do you don't have Bodyguard on VHS?
I just have Waterworld.
He was horrible in that.
Jack Black was in Waterworld. Did you know that?
No.
It was like one of his first movies. So Arpaio, and then he he stopped doing that, and I guess he worked for with his wife, and his wife does travel. And then he ran for sheriff, and he got it, and everyone loved him in the beginning.
And then what happened?
Then he started doing stupid shit. He thought he was invincible. Obama didn't like him. He was like spending I think he spent like $100 million on lawsuits.
Really?
And now he ran again, and he almost won again after wasting all that money.
That's fucked up.
People don't care. It's just marketing. But he understands that if you have a high approval rate, you can do whatever you want. Trump didn't have ever have a high approval rate though.
Trump?
He always stayed around 30 to 40%.
I don't support this view, but Trump's gonna win by a landslide, dude. He's getting another 2 years. They can do whatever they want. They can start another riot, which they're trying to do. They could. It's fucking sad, dude.
No, Biden's a better candidate.
No, they're trying to play the race card with these riots, with these cops killing black people. And guess what? There's a lot of rich black people that have families that are well, like they're looking at their kids right now and they're offended. There's a lot of them. They're silent right now. There's so many people, like I'm talking right now, right? And I could get canceled, right? That's why they're not talking, dude. Do you know how many people are just absolutely upset with this whole Portland bullshit, this Antifa bullshit, this race war? This bullshit with the sports that's going on.
What about Portland?
Non-white people. You know how many non-white people are fucking upset?
I didn't hear any of them.
Yeah, you ain't gonna hear them. You ain't gonna hear them, dude. You know what it's like if they were to talk, like, they just lose friends, dude. At least I could be crazy.
But they want friends.
They just want their life back. They want their kid to go to school, or the kid to have a nice car, or the kid to get, like, maybe get into real estate. You know what I'm saying? Like, why does everybody think everybody's poor? It's not the case. The left wants you to believe everybody's poor. It's not the case. You're just like a disposable 30% of the population that are on welfare and just doing half-ass shit. You're just disposable. The rest are people like, man, I want to work hard. Like you said at the beginning of this podcast. I just want to work to get my mind off this other bullshit.
Yeah.
There you go. You're a Republican. Welcome to the party.
Who said that?
You did at the beginning of the thing.
But why does that make you a Republican?
Because you're talking about the good, wholesome old deal, the ideals of family structure and a good work ethic.
If you don't have work,
that's what kept America together.
If you don't have work, then bullshit problems will consume you. You won't contribute. Do you agree?
Yeah. I'm thinking if book burning gets back in, you know, which I would totally enjoy if everybody started burning books, right? Because Eli, guess what? If a big pandemic of people burning books happened, I would hide all these books, dude. They'd be so valuable. These books, maybe that's what I'm here for.
But people don't buy books.
Eli, maybe I'm supposed to build an underground shelter and hoard all these books in there and wait for the apocalypse and then come out and through these books we'll rebuild the knowledge of civilization.
Well, like when they burn all the libraries?
Yeah, like this will be the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah.
And your movies too. You gotta preserve your movies. And then then the rest of our life, all we do is just we don't try. We just know that we're working for God and civilization.
But then we can't post on Facebook anymore.
About us hiding these books and these movies.
Maybe you'll post your books on Facebook.
You gotta find out where those books go.
You'll just post it paragraph by paragraph.
Each page. That'd be the most obnoxious thing to do. Can you imagine if you did that? You just started screenshotting every page of a book.
You're just saying I'm transcribing my library.
Dude, I'm gonna. Dude, can you imagine like you're just so fed up with social media that you're just gonna do something so psychotic, like you're gonna post 500 pages of a book every day for the next 2 weeks. What do you think everybody would say?
I've seen some early YouTubers like that.
Just what? Read books?
They would just like comment on every fucking video because you used to be able to comment on videos and post it there.
Oh yeah.
There are these people who just like comment. They're like schizophrenic, and there's like lots of them.
So would they be in the frame or would they just be
Yeah.
talking over it?
They'd be talk. You couldn't really talk over it then. You had to film yourself. It was like really primitive. And then they had these girls in low cut shirts, so you could see their boobs, and they'd comment.
The bottom half
and
of their boob?
Yeah, and they'd get all the clicks,
Because you can see the bottom half of their boob.
so you could see their boobs. So, and then they banned those girls. There's like a term for them too.
So, if you could choose, would you rather see the cleavage top half of a boob or the bottom crescents of melons? Like you gotta choose one. You don't either get cleavage, or you get the saggy melons coming out of the bottom of the shirt.
Huh.
Little udders, little udder crescents.
I guess it's all good.
You're not gonna choose?
There's not really a preference.
I like the bottom udders.
Why?
There's nothing holding them.
It's more exotic.
There's nothing holding them. They're just kind of laying there. It's like when a girl wears a dress and no underwear. You know, it's just revealed under there. You know, if you can see her bottom crescents, she doesn't have a bra on.
Yeah.
See, so that's my answer. I feel like I ruined this podcast.
You could make mouse traps out of those monies.
Dude, I got a mouse trap behind you. Did a mouse get caught?
They're in your house too?
Look at that big one right behind you.
Are they in your main house?
No. They come in here.
How did you get them out of your main house?
They were just in the roof. They were in the roof. My girls heard them when they were sleeping. They said they heard something falling.
Why don't they go in your main house?
They do. I killed them there already.
Oh.
They're going in here because I think there's an easy way to get in here. And it's cooled down.
I got them in my house too.
Really?
I killed 7 of them.
You got any apologies?
I still want to apologize to the community. I feel like I'm not, I didn't really get good with them yet. Even though there's not really a community anymore. Everything's going to shit. All the businesses are getting canceled.
All of ASU got AIDS and STDs and coronavirus.
People figured out that business owners are assholes and they're not good people. You can't be a good person and be a good business owner. Let me just say that.
Customer service is at an all-time low. No one cares.
So all these people, all these kids, right?
Yeah.
They didn't see the struggle of these businesses coming up. You know, they didn't realize there's nothing there 10 years ago. There wasn't any cool businesses. They came along maybe 3 or 4 years ago. They just assumed all these were businesses were here all along. They're trying to cancel all of them. They are canceling all of them. We're getting back to zero.
Why did they cancel JoeBot?
They said they wouldn't use they or them pronoun.
Dude, JoeBot beat up somebody for wearing a MAGA hat. So which side are they on?
I guess it's a boys club too.
Couldn't you just tell those fucking snowflakes that I smacked up a MAGA hat wearing guy?
No, they said they're just doing that for marketing.
To smack up a MAGA hat?
Yeah, they said they don't really care. They're just doing it for people who like them.
Tell them we're just being canceled for marketing too.
Say they don't believe that they actually want to beat them up. They're saying that they found like it's like woke marketing, you know? Have you heard that term?
Yeah.
That's what JoeBots is doing.
I did some woke marketing. I painted Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, Bill Clinton. No one liked my Bill Clinton.
And they were in a plane with Jeffrey Epstein?
I did a painting of Jeffrey Epstein. Is it true that all of ASU kids got herpes?
In Manzanita.
Where's Manzanita?
It's that dorm in Tempe.
So if you have herpes, can you get corona and herpes?
The herpes was infested in the walls there. They had to tear it down. Yeah, you could. Why not?
Is there a cure for herpes?
No.
Like, if you study well and don't tell anybody, can you still have sex? Like, if you get good grades and don't tell anybody, can you still have sex with
I
people?
don't think so.
Well, how are they gonna know if you have herpes or not? Just do it when you don't have blisters.
I think they tried doing that.
So like, there's like so like at ASU, they check your temperature for corona and they have you pull down your pants for your STDs?
Okay, I have a rant on this.
Okay.
So these ASU kids, they're rich. A lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're from out of state. California, a lot of them. Minnesota.
Florida.
And then they come down because they
California.
think they're going to party. So, and now they're telling them, oh, you can't party, you have to stay in your room.
Uh-huh.
But these fucking entitled pieces of shits, they think they're owed to be partied, so they're having parties anyways. They're posting on Instagram, because what's the point of having a party if you can't post it on Instagram? And they're gonna spread corona more. I say shut down ASU totally. Doug Ducey, or I'm gonna initiate Drop the Deuce phase 2.
Really?
You beat phase 1, Doug Ducey, but I'm really close to initiating part 2 of Drop the Deuce if you don't do something about these ASU assholes. End of rant.
This is the thing. There is no phase 2. We only had a phase 1.
Of Drop the Deuce?
No, of coronavirus. We had a phase 1. There's only one phase.
There's gonna happen again.
It's not gonna happen again, man. Everybody's
What
got
about the
it.
flu season?
Yeah, that's gonna be the next one. They can make a fucking.
They said it's gonna get worse then.
Yeah, but it's gonna be the flu, not fucking coronavirus. Fucking jackass.
It's gonna be both of them.
Dude, either you get coronavirus or you don't get it. So your best bet is trying to get it. The best way to get it is to go out and party with people and share drinks. Go to an art show. Go to my art show. Do you think I should have a first Friday next week? It's pointless, huh? You think I should try to have a first Friday down there? I'll just say, hey, wear a mask. But I'm not gonna fucking slap people for not wearing a mask. I'm not gonna make them feel like they're less of a person.
I think you should.
Really, next Friday?
Because you'll get good marketing if you're the first art gallery to do it.
Yeah, but I want to do it like if I'm gonna get good marketing, I'll do it like this. Like, I don't. Coronavirus is a hoax, and Tom Hanks is a pedophile. Period. Donald Trump for president, 2020. Don't wear a mask in my next gallery, first Friday.
I think the first gallery to open is going to get a lot of coverage.
Don't you think I would get a lot of coverage if I said Trump 2020?
No, because people expect that.
They would expect me to say that? Because they think I'm a racist?
Yeah.
How come someone who's a professional racist gets a job in multicultural studies?
Ooh.
Just people. They're called professional racists. They know about racism. Like, they teach it in high schools about,
They're
like...
called professors.
Yeah, they're professional racists. But if I become a professional racist, that means, like, this is bad news. I'm not.
How come when you How come when you eat a lot of pizza it starts not to taste good? But then when you wait a little bit it tastes good again.
Because you got hungry again. I get like that all the time. Best way to eat, dude, just snack. It's called you're a snacker. That's what happened.
Because I ate the pizza, the first 3 slices were good, right?
Yeah.
But then the last 3 it didn't taste good, and I just ate one and it tasted amazing.
They put enough sauce on that shit?
Yeah. I was just thinking
that was just a $6 pizza?
Yeah.
How often do you go there?
That was my first time in 4 months.
Yeah, right. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I should have fucking put the candles on it or something. Could have blown them out or something.
I haven't ate pizza in a while.
That's cool. So you went down there, you're like probably waiting there as it comes through that conveyor belt thing, or?
No, I ordered it beforehand so I could just
Oh, so you came in there and you're like,
Yeah.
and did you? Wait, you sit on the outside bench out there
Yeah.
and eat your pizza?
Yeah.
That's your secret spot. No one knows about that spot.
I felt like people were watching me and judging me.
Can you imagine if all those assholes from Joe Bot started doing that? You wouldn't want to go there anymore.
What?
Because they'd all be there, dude, like stealing your vibe,
Actually, that's why I don't like going to JoeBot anymore.
because you used to be the only one there.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden everybody started coming.
I don't even want to go there anymore.
So, like, that's what I mean. You know about all the good spots. You know what my favorite spot was?
It was so good to be there and not being recognized.
I know, dude.
Now they know.
That's why I stay down here.
If someone makes it to the end of the podcast, now they know. Don't go there. We didn't say the name of the place.
You know where my favorite spot to eat was? Was in Albertsons on 7th Avenue in Osborne.
Albertsons, it's your store. What was it? Where was it?
Albertsons, it's your store. I hated this podcast.
Oh yeah, you didn't want to do it.
I need another beer, but I didn't have no more. Guys, I'm probably gonna get hired soon to be a real podcaster.
For Amazon?
And you guys are gonna find all these videos and you're gonna try to punish me with them.
I saw you worked with Amazon Fulfillment.
Yeah. We'd all be back there. They were good. They were like my friends. They were like my family. They were my family, bro. We did everything together.
You had a smile on your shirt?
We worked 12 hours a day. We came back early in the morning and just drank Monsters to get through the day.
Did you play ping pong?
Played ping pong. One day we went to Castle Coasters and miniature golf. That was fun. None of us drank. They were all straight edge. They don't like
Did you have adventures?
We had ventures. One time we went up to Jerome. They don't like to drink though, so like I had to learn to be sober with them. Taught me a lot. We used to read the Bible. It was different than when I read the Bible with the Tweakers. When I read the Bible with them, it was like kind of like a Bible study. All right, you done? I think that was about 1 hour.